Welcome back to Red Castle in the Mad Scientist Lab, and I bet you're wondering who is that naked-faced stranger on my screen and where is Andrew? Sorry folks, I did shave, and then some. It's my summer look, and don't worry, it'll grow back. You'll get your scruffy mountain man back in no time. So, what we're doing today and ready to get after this experiment is an old Depression era trick for how to get some more mileage out of your potatoes. What we have here are potato skins, thick cut chunks off of a potato from, well, lunch basically. But what you notice is there's still some eyes on those. We might be able to make these sprout, and we're going to give that a try. Now these are a type of russet. I think they're called Norcotas, and I only know that because that's what the tag says. I'm not familiar with the exact specific strain this is, but it appears to be a russet. We should be able to make it work. Now I'm going to be doing two skins per cup. And this is our standard seed starting mix that I've talked about in previous episodes. So we're just going to set them in kind of angled up. We want the eyes facing, you usually want one up and one down, so one becomes a root, one becomes a stem. But these ones we're going to put them in sideways. Just like that. And that way, each one of them has two eyes. We'll let the plant decide which is going to be which. And we just cover it completely with our second cup of mix here. Alright, I'm going to pack it down nice and tight. There's one. I have enough to do 5. Now what we're also going to do before this one gets ready is we are getting our handy fertility stuff here, or fertility fertigation, which is the kelp juice, fish meal, molasses, a few other odds and ends. Talked about it in previous episodes. This is just basically how I do my first irrigation, or fertigation as it were. And you just want enough to start seeing it drain down the bottom. You don't want it to be soaking wet. Now you can see close up it's starting to drain down. That's enough. And we're going to go put these on our seed starting heat mat. And we'll check back in, well, let's take bets. I'm thinking about a week it'll take maybe to sprout, or a week to rot. We're not sure which is going to happen. But I've been told and I've read that this is a proven Depression era technique for getting your potatoes to sprout and get more mileage out of them, so we're going to try it. And we'll be back when we find out what the answer is. Alright team, we are back with a follow-up to our little potato skin experiment. And if you can, sorry, got a sea of peppers here. I'm working on a different project. We had one sprout. Check that out. Full root colonization and everything. Now, we did 6 potato skins. We only had one sprout, and this was the thickest one, which kind of makes sense, but you know, it is what it is. But if you can get leaves, you can get spuds. So the next stage is we are going to plant this in the ground and see how it turns out. And we're going to have to wait for a later video to find out, because it does take some time to get some potatoes out of it. But if this works, theoretically you can eat a potato, take the scraps, and make a new potato. And if the plant, it got watered so it's leaking, that's great. If the plant can produce even one potato, you call that a 1-to-1 return. If I get one potato, take a skin off it, it sprouts, and I can get probably quite a few potatoes out of it. I would call that a net win. That's a way to get dinner and still invest in future dinner. Call that a win.